Shalom, it's Michael Israel here. Yeah, you know why you ain't heard from me? Because I ain't talking it, I'm doing it. That's why. Man, we've been getting after it. That's what it is. But felt the need to come on here. You see the title of the video? You know what it's going to be about. It's going to be about the essence of shaking heavy and moving hard. That's what it's going to be about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff here today. We're going to be covering a lot of different topics and areas. And hitting on a lot of stuff. Hopefully, I'll see y'all in the comments. While we're here, let me know if the audio is good. So let's do a quick audio check. But yeah, it's gonna be real talk. Not all that fluffy BS. You know what I'm saying? But as you can tell by the title, what we're talking about is execution versus explanation. You know what I'm saying? What I've noticed, I had a good me and Pastor Dow had an awesome talk with him yesterday, and I was just telling him how, we had a lot of stuff transpire over the last couple years, and the last couple years have been a you will know them by their fruit situation, and you can just see now, because now everything's beginning to become evident and everything. You're beginning to see just by the fruit. You don't even gotta listen. You could just look and see by the fruit, by what you see happening in people's lives in and around them. You can see who's who and what's what. Okay, you can see what people's fruit is saying, and in fact, people's fruit and the results you see speak so loud you can't even hear what they're saying if you're tuned in, if you're dialed in. And one of my major things that I talk about all the time is fruit. Knowing people by their fruit, man, because the deception is heavy. Since I've been head of assembly here, and just in my journeys through the so-called Hebrew Israelite community, and just even now, people talk. I mean, they can talk absolutely amazing game, but the word says you'll know them by their fruit, not by their talk. Okay, and what I demand is execution, not explanations. And people are full of explanations. And if you've noticed during, I was going in, I was doing a bunch of videos. I was coming down the middle, really breaking this thing out. But then, hey, it come time for action. And man, the month of January has been nothing but action and elimination of distraction. Action, not distraction. You know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, and this is one of the reasons why you haven't seen me doing, this is probably the main reason you haven't seen me doing a whole bunch of videos, is simply because, I had set my feet in a direction. I had set my mind, set my heart on some things that I wanted to achieve, some areas I want to grow in, long-term goals, and just really wanting to be laser focused. And in doing that, it became very evident all the distractions around me and in me, mainly in me. You know what I'm saying? Just ways I'm doing things and how I'm operating, how I need to get more focus. And man, I've just been down in a tunnel. I've been locked in deep work mode, for lack of a better you know, expression. But I've been very locked in on eliminating distractions and focusing on the signal and not the noise. And there's a lot of distractions out there. And one of the things I say is distracted people distract people, you know. And one of the major things I noticed, man, and I'm probably bouncing around a little, but when I was talking to Pastor yesterday, man, I was telling him how, like, this dead season, all the dead seasons are unique in their own way, and there's situations that rise up that test you, right? But this dead season here, man, the messages that have been coming forth from the pastors, the series that Pastor did about closing the door, and just basically, and this is what I took from it, just locking in and working out your salvation, working your own salvation out with fear and trembling. And it's like, man, and that's what I've been doing this last month, really spending a lot of time to myself and getting to know myself, getting to know Yah, really getting in touch and not getting sidetracked by distractions. And you know, I had an awesome talk with Pastor Cory yesterday, and we were just, man, me and him were just chopping it up about how one of the deceptive distractions are people who come to you saying they need help, they need you to help them, and basically getting you to help them walk, or they come to you in a deceptive way that they're trying to show you they need you to help them walk, but they really want you to carry them. Because I'm all about, and Straightway Studio here, we're 100% about helping brothers and helping sisters walk. 100%, man. We have systems in place, and you know, we're all about that. You know what I'm saying? However, the deceivers come to you saying they want you to help them walk, but they really are wanting you to carry them. And you subtly get caught up in the carrying these people, and then you begin to wonder, hey, why aren't I moving forward? Why am I stagnant now? Why am I, like, spiritually, why am I not growing? What's hindering me? And then you look around, you realize you're carrying a bunch of dead weight. And the people who said they wanted you to help them walk are just dragging their feet. So that is a big, major deception. And what's been a blessing in the dead season, that series Pastor did, and a lot of teachings coming forth are exposing these types of deceptions, where people are just dead weight. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully it's exposing it even to themselves. You know, it's showing them where they are, you know, that being stagnated. But I know for me, I've laid out goals, 1 year goals, and broke them down to the point where I know what I need to be doing each day. You know, and I've seen how I get distracted, how something is pressing and it's urgent, but if I take a pause and just think about it for a sec, that thing that I'm wanting to get done really ain't gonna move the needle forward. So just really learning to give my energy to the things that are gonna move the needle forward, the things that I've sat down and thought about and said, hey, like sat down and what's the word? Constructively thought out with and use wisdom and use the word and these goals I've laid out are in alignment with what the word says. And where the battle is not letting stuff come in off track. When, hey, we know what the word says. You have to work your salvation out with fear and trembling. You're gonna answer for the moves and the decisions and the way you spend your time and what you do with your time. So, and one thing you learn, man, time goes quick. In about in a month, I'm gonna be 50. Man, I can remember clearly as a child, like thinking, hey, when I'm 50, dang, that's gonna be in forever. Like, you don't even think about it when you're a child. You're like, oh yeah, you're gonna be you don't even think about that. And one of the things I noticed, and I know I'm jumping around, but one of the things I noticed, man, as you get older, it's almost like the days go by quicker. It ain't almost like the days do go by quicker. But guess what? I found a way to slow it down. I found a way where it seems like time slows down. Brothers, sisters, I'm telling you, man, if you are focused, if you are intentional about what you want to get accomplished, if you are intentional about multiplying the talents that the Most High is giving you, and I'm building off the story, the tale of the talents, where Yah says, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Or is he going to say that thy slothful servant? This is something me and Pastor Cory were talking about yesterday. Slothful servants. You're just not doing anything productive. And you come, when we come to you and we talk to you, we don't see execution. All we hear is explanations, man. And I'm telling you, time goes by quick. I mean, it was just a month ago. Now it was more than a month ago. I was sitting down, meeting with the brethren, and we were clearly laying out and identifying game plans and goals and stuff we were going to do. Here we are a month later. Don't you know some of them brothers ain't done a thing, and all they're doing is explanations. It's all talk. These types of people, y'all, are distractions. When you see people moving and operating in this fashion, it's just a distraction, y'all. Don't get distracted. Stay locked in. Set standards. Set goals for yourself. Set spiritual goals. Physical goals. Set health goals. Prioritize them. Set economic goals. Set career goals. And when I say you will know them by their fruit, I could tell you who someone is spiritually when I just look at them on a career level, when I look at them physically on a health level, when I look at them on a you'll know them by their fruit. Just observe. All I do, man, I ask people a couple questions, and I pretty much know exactly where folks are at. Listen, this is heavy, y'all. Hey, somebody in there give me a 10 if you're dialed in and you're listening, because this is going to be a heavy one here. Okay? Listen, brothers. Listen, sisters. Listen. Your life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's where your life starts at. Your life starts where your comfort zone ends. And a lot of people stay right slap dab in the middle of their comfort zone. That's where they stay at. And in doing that, they don't live, man. I see, man, there be people around me, and it's like, man, you look at their life and their life look like death. It's nothing going on spiritually, nothing going on mentally, nothing going on physically, nothing going on in their career, nothing going on economic. It's just a comfort zone. And they just comfortably live in that death that they call their comfort zone. I just don't want to feel anything. And it catches up with you. And like I said, man, we're not here, you're not here forever. And this time goes quick. So are you going to multiply what the Most High is giving you, or are you going to sit on it and hide it? And you're not really hiding it to protect it. That's the lie. That's the BS excuse. That's the explanation that the bad servant gave to the Most High because he didn't want to execute. Brothers, we got to be about this action. Sisters, we got to be about this action, y'all. We got to execute. We got moves to make. And guess what? It's not going to happen. Execution does not exist in the comfort zone. When you start executing, it feels uncomfortable. But, again, something I've always heard me say, the discomfort doesn't last forever. You learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And the only way you'll understand that is if you get out and you try it and you do it. With that said, y'all, I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. You'll be hearing more from me in the coming days. But for today, as far as today goes, I just like to tell y'all, shalom, shalom.